Hey y'all, it's your girl Sherelle. Welcome to another episode of Keep It Classy podcast. So, first of all, let me apologize because it's been a while. It's been a long while. I know it's been a while. So, I do want to apologize before I get into anything. I know a lot of people have asked me, when the next episode coming out, what's going on with the podcast. And I always hit them with some kind of like generic excuse or response or whatever. So I do want to apologize because I didn't think it was that many people that were going to be interested in what I had to say. And hearing the different people ask and, checking up on me in the podcast, I was deeply touched, y'all. Like, I felt so honored by the genuine interest that everybody's been showing lately. The last time I did an episode was way back in February for Valentine's Day. So it's been, 6 months? 6 months. Dang. Half a year. It's been half a year since I did a podcast. A lot of things have changed. Life happens. But it's really no excuse for me not recording and putting nothing out. So other than, getting caught up in daily life and being lazy, because I have slipped up on a lot of things, like working out and the podcast. I started micro shading. I don't even keep up with that as like I used to. So it's a lot of things that I just lost my motivation for, and I'm trying to get back on track and get my motivation back, build up my energy again. So, I got up in here, wrote up a little script and decided to record for you guys. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I do want to give a huge thank you to everybody that asked about the episode, asked about the podcast, that kept me on my toes. Like, y'all really did, because if nobody was asking for it or checking for it, I wouldn't have recorded. I probably would have let it just slip off into the past. And I really do like talking to y'all, and I really do like speaking on different shit. So I really do want to tell y'all thank you for everybody that asked about the podcast. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. So when I do a podcast, I usually try to talk about what's going on in my life, and this episode is not going to be any different. I want to be as transparent and relatable as possible. So I'm going to talk about what I've been going through for the past couple months. I'm not going to get into any kind of deep details because I don't want to piss nobody off. Because I'm pretty sure this still going to piss some people off. And that's fine, because I'm not living my life for nobody else. This is for me. My podcast, I told y'all at the beginning that I was going to be talking about anything and whatever. And whoever get offended by, I apologize. But this is my life. I'm speaking about my life and what I'm going through. So that's what I'm going to keep it as. I want y'all to be able to relate to me. And if I'm sitting here covering up, hiding, and, moving shady, y'all not going to trust me. Y'all going to think I'm lying. And y'all not going to be able to understand where I'm coming from. So I try to be as transparent and relatable as possible. And that's going to be the case for every episode. So I apologize in advance to whoever get offended. But, maybe you should work on your inner self. Maybe that'll help. Don't know, but I'm doing this for me. So, what I'm going to talk about in this episode is strong people. Stop expecting so much from a strong person, because we already be hard on ourselves enough. Like, you don't understand how hard we be on ourselves, because I will put myself in a corner because I expect so much from myself, and when I fall short, I judge me harder than anybody else can judge me. So I don't need nobody else judging me or expecting more from me. Like, I'm already hard enough on myself. All right, so the things I'm going to speak on, I'm pretty sure that a lot of strong people want to say these things, but from fear of hurting somebody or making somebody mad, because we are the strong person, we keep that shit in. And for the people who always want the strong person to be the strong person, this is for you too. Because maybe something I speak on today will help you look at the strong person a little bit differently and make you realize that we just like y'all, bro. Like, we hurt and we mess up too. And we need the same grace and love that we give out to you guys so freely. Okay? So now, like I said, I'm a very transparent person. And I have zero issues with putting my business out there. Zero. For the most part. You know, some stuff, it ain't for everybody. But for the most part, I don't got no issues speaking on stuff that's going on in my life. Because most of the stuff that I do, I stand on that. Like, if I done it or said it, I stand behind that shit 100%. Even when I mess up or go too far, hurt somebody's feelings or whatever, I don't have an issue with saying I'm sorry. I don't have an issue with still standing behind it, because if I said it, I meant it. Even if it may have been a little extreme, a little over the top, I meant it. I meant it. So right now, I'm going through a separation stage from certain friends, family members, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it's been rough. I never expected me to have to deal with some of the stuff I've been dealing with, speak on some of the stuff that I'm speaking on, you know, be without certain people in my life. But at this point, it's time. Like, I gotta start thinking about me and my child first. And if that means I have to step back from a lot of people, that's just gonna have to be the case. Like, it's been many times I want to fold on what I said and, you know, apologize even though I ain't really done nothing wrong. And I just want to make it better, because family and friends mean a lot to me. But if I keep on doing the same thing over and over again, ain't nothing gonna change. And it has to change. Like, for me, for my child, for my mental health, for his mental health, like, things have got to change. So it's been rough, but I'm gonna stand beside it this time. That's my man. I'm gonna stand beside it. But honestly, I don't know how long the stage gonna last. But even if it's something that has to become permanent in my life, as hard as it's gonna be, I am determined. Like, I've decided at this time, this is what it's going to be. Because, like I said, me and my child's mental health, and my child is the most important thing to me. And I don't ever want to put him in a situation where he's lacking, or I didn't set him up for better, or give him a weak foundation on nothing. So I'm going to stand beside it this time. The other day on Facebook, I saw a post about basically being a strong person, and I related to this shit so much. I'm going to read the post to y'all real quick. Alright, so it says from a guy named Reggie Jones. He shared this on Facebook. He said, "Stop being this person. So I asked my grandmother once why her attention went to certain grandkids and not to me or my kids. She told me I had my head on straight and was one of the strongest young people she knew, and others needed her attention more. My mom said similar once. I can lay my head down at night and not have to worry about you. You got your shit together," she said. I asked an old boss why he never talked to me. Why did I have to fight for a performance review? He told me my work ethic, drive, sense of urgency, and determination was something that just couldn't be taught, and that I was the type of employee that he didn't have to micromanage. He said I always took care of what needed to be taken care of without ever being told to. Stop. I may have my head on straight. I may be strong. I may be independent. I may be the hardest worker in the room, but that doesn't stop the fact that my head and heart need love and reassurance too. I'm human. Your strongest kid need love. Your strongest grandkids need love. Your strongest employees need love. My God, this world needs love. If anyone ever wonders why I isolate myself so much and find comfort in being alone, it's because that's where I've taught myself love. So, that was a post. And y'all, that shit spoke to me so deep. I ain't gonna lie, I cried a little bit. Because I feel like that's my life. Like, I feel like everybody, because I do it, like, whew. But everybody feel like because I can, like, that's what I'm supposed to do. And just because, you know, I try to do everything I'm supposed to do as a mother, a daughter, employee, grandchild, sister, just as a human in general, I'm still human, man. Like, sorry, y'all. Whew. I'm still human. Like, I still need attention. I still need respect. I still need praise. I just want to be loved. Like, and being a strong person is so overwhelming. Like, people don't understand how hard it is. And sometimes you just want to break. Sometimes you just want to be not strong. People don't understand how much shit the strong person go through or had to go through to become the strong person. We don't want to be the strong person all the time. We want to be able to mess up. We want to be mad. We want to yell, throw a fit, be soft, be weak. We want to be weak sometimes. We want somebody to save us. Like, I don't understand why that's so hard for people to understand that. Like, nobody want to have to be on all the time. The one that always got to try to figure it out. The one that's supposed to make something work. Like, people come to you all the time for advice and want you to help them fix something. But you can't never go to them and expect the same thing from them because you're the strong person. And that shit is crazy. It's exhausting having to always be the person that people come to. And you got to figure it out for them. And you got to figure it out for them, for yourself. You always got to figure it out for them and you got to figure it out for yourself. But you can't come to them. And then if we do ask somebody else for help, like they'll throw it in your face or hold it over your head. And yeah, that may make you stronger in the end because you realize that you don't never want to have to go back and ask somebody else for help or depend on anybody else. But at the same time, damn, why can you run to me for help? But when it's the other way around, I'm weak or I ain't shit. I'm not going to act like I'm a perfect person, like I don't make mistakes, because I definitely do. Like I said, strong people mess up too, and we should be allowed to. One of my most recent mess ups was last month. Me and somebody that I was super close with, we fell out pretty bad. We went from talking all the time to not speaking at all. And I may have let my emotions that I was feeling towards somebody else, my anger I was feeling towards somebody else, spill over into my relationship with that person and another relationship I had. And I ain't gonna lie, I could have talked it out with him. I could have spoke to him, but in that moment, because I'm a very emotional person, y'all, like any emotion, anger, sadness, anything, I'm gonna feel it real strongly. So I may have let my emotions spill over, and I took it out on them. And I do want to apologize. I am going to apologize to them face to face. But if you're watching, I want you to know I love you, and I am sorry. And once I get to the point to where I'm ready for when we both ready to sit down and talk about it, we can sit down and talk about it. And I apologize to you face to face. But right now, I know you're still feeling how you feel. And even though I've gotten over that feeling, I am still focused on fixing me and my child relationship. I'm not saying me and Chris our relationship is perfectly fine. But I want to be a better mother. And I'm more focused on being a better mother, a better person, loving myself more. So, in time, we can sit down and we can talk about it and we can fix our relationship. But I do want you to know I'm sorry and I love you. And we'll be all right. Now, also people understand that me taking a step back from them doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them or what they have done for me in the past or any help they've given me, because I really do appreciate it. But I sat down and I weighed out the pros and the cons, and this is what's best for me and mine. So I know some people, they're not going to appreciate that. They're going to feel like I'm ungrateful, disrespectful, whatever. But I know that y'all not going to try to understand where I'm coming from. Y'all not going to understand or agree with my decision. But it's no longer my focus or my responsibility to make you guys understand or see where I'm coming from. I'm not going to try to get you to understand. I spent enough time doing that, and I am over that. I'm no longer looking for acceptance with those relationships. I'm focusing my energy on more positive things and better things that I can change in my life. But to my strong people, you don't always have to be strong. Find the people who allow you to be soft, who don't hold things against you. Surround yourself with people that understand that just because you are strong don't mean that you can't be weak occasionally. People that don't take advantage of your soft side or your soft moments and hold it over your heads. you have to start speaking up for yourself. Like, you got to speak up on how you feel. Don't hold it in for nobody, because just like they will ask for help and speak on how they feel towards you, you got the same right. Speak up for yourself. I promise you that there are people out there who will support you, they accept you, and they willing to love you out loud. Find those people, man. Find those people. People who will help and support you without fault. The ones who will call you out when you're wrong and give you love and support when you need it and when you're doing good. I have my circle now. I realize my circle now. And I appreciate them so much more now than ever. I'm not opposed to my circle growing. I'm not screaming no new friends. That's not the case. But new friends will have to understand that this is where I'm at in life. They have to understand the type of person that I am. They're going to have to understand that I'm all about growth. I'm all about changing and being better. And if you're trying to be the same person and be stuck in the same little circle or whatever, I'm not with it. And it's nothing against people, because people grow at different levels and stuff like that, different times, different phases and all that shit. That's cool. But if you're okay with being stuck and in that same position, I'm not with it, and I can't deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it. So you got to be willing to grow, just like I'm willing to grow and change. But in the end, I'm going to continue being me, continue being great, continue being strong. Just want y'all to know that y'all going to see a lot more of my soft side. Try to stop being so gangster. Want y'all to tone it down a little bit. I'm not ashamed to show my low moments. I'm not ashamed to show my low moments at all. And I want y'all to know that I struggle too. Like, if anybody think that my life's sweet, and just because what y'all see in public or on social media, if you think that my life's sweet, that is a lie. No. Okay. I'm not going to say it's a lie, but I love my life. My life, like, I seen another post that said, you prayed for 5 years ago, you prayed for where you are right now. I prayed for this a couple years ago. So, like, my life is so much better than where I came from a few years ago. So, my life is great, but don't think that my life does not come with struggles. I struggle daily with things. I still have financial struggles. I still have issues with my emotions and my mental and stuff like that. But I refuse to let that shit hold me back or keep me where I was at. So don't think that my life is just gravy, because I struggle just like the rest of y'all. The only thing is, I figure it out. I'm not going to sit there and wallow in whatever situation I'm in. I'm going to figure out some type of way to get up out of that. Because I got to, man. I got a child, and I'm a single parent. He don't deserve nothing, no struggle. I don't never want my child to have to figure out where something coming from. I don't never want him to feel like he can't get nothing or can't have nothing because I'm worried about other shit, or I'm not doing all I can to be the best parent that I can be. But I struggle just like y'all, so don't think that my life is just all the way gravy. I'm here for people that will never change. That's just my heart. But don't be surprised if you start getting more no's and you get yeses, because I used to be a yes person. But being a yes person and then turn around and being told no's when I need somebody, that changed so much for me. So don't be surprised if you start hearing more no's. I am going to try to stay on top of these episodes. It ain't going to be another 6 months. I'm not going to sit there and say you're going to get an episode every week, because that ain't going to be the case. I'm going to try to do one once a month, maybe twice a month. If y'all get more in a month than just one, be surprised. Don't be surprised. Be happy. Be happy. But I am going to try to stay on top of this and do it at least once a month. The editing be whooping my ass. Be whooping my ass. But just like y'all want the episodes, I realize I do need this because it gives me an outlet. It's like my little diary. I like talking to y'all. I like being a beacon of hope for people. I like addressing things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. So it let me get shit off my chest. So, and my mental health is definitely better when I do my podcast. I'm able to talk things out and then get feedback from y'all. So I really do appreciate y'all watching the podcast and, interacting with me. So I am going to do better because I need this. But I do want to thank y'all again for being patient with me and for tuning in. For the people who love me, I love you back. For the people who hate me, I don't like me, I love you back. I speak greatness and positive things over my life, over your life. I refuse to let anyone, including myself, and you better refuse to let anyone, including yourself, hold you back. Keep being positive. Keep showing love, because love always wins. And like my biggest supporter says, separation season. So whatever you gotta separate yourself from, it's time to take a step back and start separating, because I promise you, the moment you let go of that shit, your life is gonna be so much better. You're gonna feel so much less stress. It's gonna be so much better. So please join me in this separation season, you guys. Let's level up, let's grow, let's be better, let's do better, let's be great. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, keep it classy, keep it real, keep it classy. Thank y'all. Bye.